Hello, good evening, and welcome again to the Healthy Nature program. I don't know if you hear the screamings in the background. I do hear them. It's my my not so young children playing like young children, and they asked also for my computer to keep their playing. So here we are. I found myself a room with my telephone to make this meeting. So thank you for joining us. Last Monday we didn't have the meeting because of the holidays here. And today we are going to focus on intuition. Something that I guess we all agree that exists, although it is vague, although we may not have any proof or much knowledge about this, yet we know it exists. It is a part of our lives. For some of us, it's a bigger part. For some of us, it's a smaller part. Some of us think it's important. Some of us think it's not so important. Some of us think it is reliable. Some of us think not so sure about it. Some of us think that intuition cannot be wrong. Other things differently. And it's okay to think, and always I have my opinion, but it's just my opinion, my belief, my thoughts that I will present to you. And the first thing I want to discuss about intuition, and let me remind you, we're talking here about healthy nature, which means that intuition is a part of our healthy nature. That means we all possess it. But at the same time, the same place where we mention that intuition is healthy nature, we remember the healthy nature principle that says that if you don't cultivate, if you don't practice, if you don't nurture and train a quality, it will not grow to its healthy nature, healthy nature values or abilities, and you won't notice that you have this healthy nature. I mean, healthy nature is something that you are involved in making its appearance, making its involvement in your life. And then it becomes a part of your life. The same goes for intuition. Intuition is not just something to wonder about or to think about. It is also something we practice. We practice intuition. And it is not something that usually is being taught or discussed, that intuition is not just a phenomenon. Like creativity is not just a phenomenon. It is something you can train. I guess that in our planet, in our civilization, we have not reached this place of understanding that intuition is something that you can practice. The same as we can practice love, the same as we can practice self-love. The more we practice self-love, the more we have self-love. The more we smile at the mirror, the more the mirror smiles at us back. The more we practice creativity, the more creative we get. The more we say thank you during the day, the more thankful we feel at the day. It is in many ways a matter of attention, choice, and practice. The thing, the concept that intuition is something that you can practice is pretty new, I guess, to most people. Most will think that, well, it comes and goes accidentally. And some people have it more, they just have this gift, and some not, and that's it. Like many beautiful, sweet properties of humanity, like, as I said before, passion, creativity, originality, many other good things, it is accustomed to think that these things are just rare qualities, that you may have them or not, you may be blessed with them or not, that's it. But here in the psycho-creative space, you can learn that these qualities are things that we can remember having, that we can practice them and improve our abilities. They are all related to what we call as right brain qualities that has different mode of action, different language than left brain. And we are used to learn and think and operate through left brain mechanisms, but not through right brain. So we are not used to this language. It is just a language that is hidden inside us, but because we are not used to use it, it is relatively foreign and strange to us. And what I would like to do here is gradually to get you closer to this language, the language of intuition, the language of creativity, the language of self-love, the language of no need for self-criticism, the language of self-acceptance, language of natural passion. It is all a language. This is why I call it healthy nature. It is in our nature. It is healthy. But there is a condition for this healthy nature. You need to trust it one way or another, and you need to follow it, and you need to give it a room in your mind and in your life. For example, let's say intuition is kind of wise whispers that you have in your mind, offering you a way, offering you to choose something new, to try something new. And you may decide to follow these whispers and do something with it, and you may decide to ignore it. It is your choice. Now, if we ignore it too much, the whispers will stop. There's no use for their existence. If the energy does not flow, if we don't do something with the energy of intuition, it will stop its transmissions because no one is listening to it. On the other hand, if I try to listen more carefully, and I will talk about how to listen to more carefully, and if I make some brave attempts to follow intuition's ideas, intuition will say, all right, here's someone who's willing to play with me. I can give him more. This is how we practice intuition. And it requires courage because always intuition is about things that are uncertain, about things that we don't understand yet. And how can we follow something we don't understand? It's a bit frightening. I don't know what it will take me. Intuition is telling me, try this road, but I have never been in this road before. Well, intuition says, this is why I'm here. I'm here to take you to roads you haven't been before. If you want the roads that you have been before, you don't need me for this. You have a logical brain, your experience, your past events, you know what will be there. You don't need me for this. I'm here to show you places that you haven't been in, that you haven't experienced, because you were either ignorant or afraid or too busy doing the important things. You couldn't listen to intuition. So intuition is about following your heart in ways that are new, that are different, that are surprising. You feel this calling from your heart, and if you practice it, that is, if you allow yourself more frequently to try and to follow the voice of the heart, then you start practicing. And then it can be fun, it's like a game. Then you find new ways in your life, new easier ways or new more creative ways in your life. And then, as I said before, once you do it, once you follow intuition, intuition becomes more of a friend to you, more of an ally. So it is willing to give you more, free. All you need to do is to show that you are willing to accept, that you are willing to try, that you are willing to take some risks, to go to the unknown, and then you get all the gifts that intuition can give you. And by the way, intuition's gifts is something that never ends. It's like, you know, it's like a bank account that the more you withdraw, your account enlarges. The more you take from intuition, the more you have intuition. The less you take from intuition, the less you have intuition. Unlike money, with money, if you use it too much, you don't have much in your account. Here, if you use it too little, you won't have much. Your account will be depleted because you're not there to use it. There's no use to give it to you. The same works with many other qualities, healthy nature qualities. So if you don't practice creativity, there's no need for your creativity in your life because you're not willing to play with creativity. But if you are willing to play, for example, I gave you, and I will give you more chapters of the intuitive painting book. This is where you can practice your creativity, and there are many other ways you can do it. So once you practice it, you're sending a message to your soul, I am ready for more from this. And you cannot just say it, you need to show it. You need to manifest through actions. So let's get back to intuition. And I have some question to you related to last meeting's topic, which was passion. We discussed passion also as a healthy nature. We also said that there is positive passion and negative passion. And my question to you, and you are invited to guess, is what is the relationship between passion and intuition? If you have an idea, open the microphone and share your thoughts. What is the relationship, the relation between passion, positive passion, and intuition? This is a great, great exercise to move from left brain to right brain. That is, if you think too much about it, you won't get the answer. You have to feel it. What is the connection between passion and intuition? Who wants to guess or to say or to give your opinion about this question? If you are too shy.
Hello.
Yes, Agnieszka.
I think passion and intuition is something what needs to freely flow. So you need to find the way of expression, and for me, it comes from the impulse of the heart. How I said last time, for me, it's not only the brain, but also the heart. And so it's a language of the heart for me.
All right, you say both of them are related to heart's language, and both of them are related to flow, correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Good, thank you. Who else wants to share your opinion, your idea?
I cannot put a hand, but I can, if you like, I can also share what I am thinking.
Of course, go ahead.
Okay, so for me personally, passion is co-working with intuition. It is both, it's dependent on themselves, because if I have passion, it's more coming, intuition to find, the ideas, and the passion give me also, for me, also intuition to make more, to have the grant to find the intuition because this is like, for me, the way to find inspiration, and intuition is kind of that. So I think this is the collaboration and co-working together, passion and intuition, in my case.
All right, so you say they are partners, they work together, they cooperate. Okay, nice. Thank you, Irek. Who else wants to add something? Your opinion, your thoughts about the question, about the connection between intuition, kind of. Yes, Evan.
For me, I think intuition leads for passion.
Say it again, please. Intuition.
Intuition leads to passion.
Intuition leads to passion.
Yes.
Okay.
Something like that.
Nice.
I feel.
Nice. All right. Intuition leads to passion. All right. So intuition, we can say that is a state of knowing. I know, but I don't understand how I know it, but I feel that I know. So it is knowing from the feelings. It's not knowing from the understanding because I learned it and I saw it. It's knowing because I know it. I feel it in my heart. I cannot explain. I cannot prove it. And if people don't believe me, I can understand it because I cannot prove it. But still, I feel that I know. And I have no doubt in my mind that this is true. You may say that intuition is knowing without understanding how you know what you know. But you know. So this is just a great example of the difference between right brain and left brain. There is the left brain's knowing. I have the experience, I read it in a book, I know about it, I can explain it, I know the formula, I know the logic inside it, I can teach it, I can demonstrate. Left brain, it is based on experience and consensus. Okay, I know that 2 + 2 = 4, we have a consensus. I know, and I know that you know. Okay, it is consensus, this is left brain knowing. Right brain knowing is a different kind of knowing, more individual, something that we may not have consensus about. It is more private, but the feeling is similar. But you feel it. You cannot explain it, but you feel, I know. It is a state of mind. I know that I should do this. Why? I cannot explain, but I know that I should do it. I feel attracted to it. I know it is for me. I cannot explain why. It is not something for me to explain. I feel it in my bones. Intuition is talking to me. It says, do it. Go ahead, do it. And then I ask intuition, why are you offering me this? She tells me, I do not make explanation. You can either take the risk or you can avoid it. It is your choice. This is how intuition works. It's a kind of a game. It says, I won't give you all the answers, and I will not tell you what will happen once you follow my advice, but I recommend you warmly do it. And then I have the choice. I have the crossroad. I can either follow it, and I can also hesitate or refuse until the next time I'm offered to make this unusual move or change in my life. The connection to passion is that many times intuition feels like passion. I feel the urge. I feel the urge to do something that I don't understand why. There is an urge to do it. It's passion. So it's not just an idea, it's an idea heated with the flame of passion. Okay, now the more we are attentive to intuition, the more we trust it, the more we are willing to play with it, the more passionate it becomes, the more urgent it becomes. It says, now, do it now. It warms the heart. You feel that this calling becomes stronger and stronger, more passionate. So in a way, we can say that if you want to ask yourself whether kind of inner calling or inner idea is related to intuition, try to ask yourself, do I feel passion over there? Do I feel the kind of inner push to do it? Even if I don't understand why I have this inner push, inner passion. So what I'm saying to you here now is that when you want to get better in your understanding or connection to the language of intuition, learn also the language of passion. And ask yourself, what is the place of passion in my life? How much of what I am doing, what I am choosing, is based on passion? What is the percentage of passion in my work, in my choices, in my decisions, in the way I spend my spare time? What is the room for passion in my life? And if there is no much room for passion, there's no much room for intuition. Because they were, as Eric said, they work together. The bizarre thing about it is that you have a passion to do something, intuition is talking to you, and you don't understand why. Now, you may at this point decide to try to hide it, to avoid it, not to listen to it, because you don't understand why, and you don't have time, you don't want to waste time on just trying things that lead to nowhere. So you decide to avoid listening to your intuition, to your passion, And as I said before, the healthy nature principle. If you stop listening, if you start paying attention, if you stop practicing, it will weaken, not as a punishment, but because you may not be ready, or you may send a message that you refuse to get your intuition. So the idea here is that if intuition is something that we're interested in, if it is something that we would like to practice, we will need to open our mind to a more playful approach to life, to a more agreement to take some risks, to follow our heart. It doesn't mean that it will always succeed in the way we would like things to succeed, but it will give us a tremendous gift, the gift of intuition, the gift of having information coming from the heart, leading us to places that we could have never gone to without listening to the heart. Never. It is a kind of language, a map leading to hidden treasure that you cannot pursue it without having your intuition helping you making the right choices in the way. And when you make the choices, you don't understand why you made these choices. Only, I just felt it. There was a calling, there was a passion. Now, if you are too much relying on your left brain, you'll say, no, I don't trust it. I don't have enough information, reference, that it will tell me that it may be good to do it. Because left brain's language is different than right brain. Right brain's information is coming faster. Intuition is like this. You just feel it, you just know it. Left brain saying, no, I would like to think about it. I would like to calculate. I would like to evaluate the risks or the odds. Will it be okay or not? But intuition has already told you before. So if you want to be intuitive, we would like to listen more to the first messages, even if they sound bizarre, illogical, strange, and in a vague way dangerous, but not real danger, but just we feel, I don't know, I'm not sure. Sounds dangerous, but you cannot say why it is really dangerous. It's not something that you really risk your life. It is not, it's just a change. Just a change in your normal way of doing things. So this is the invitation of intuition. You may play with it. You may listen to your passion. You may practice it, or you may decide to ignore it. If you're here in this program, spending this hour in the evening, I guess it says that you're interested or curious about these things. And if you are, you have the invitation. It is with everyone's ability to start asking the questions, to start challenging the routine, the normality, the being always okay. Because intuition is not about normality, it's not about consensus, it's about individual's growth. And individual growth is not always about doing the things that other people will agree or will understand. Intuition has the motive to help us grow and expand and find our unique way. And this is the catch, this is the paradox. Our unique way is different from the consensus way. By definition, it is unique. It cannot be unique and also the same as others at the same time. But if you want to be unique, it means that sometimes you do things different than most people do. You may feel not belong. You may feel strange. People don't understand me. What will they say about me? No, I'm not sure I want to go this way. This is the paradox. This is the struggle of individuality, uniqueness, finding your own path. It is always in some way different from other people's path. Otherwise, it won't be original. It may be what we used to say normal. But if normal is too much attention to being like others on the expense of being me, then this normal is problematic. This normal is hurting us. And this normality opposes intuition. So when we discuss self-love, when we start practicing self-love, the more love is start talking within us, the more we are asking ourselves, what is going on with me? What is my way? What is good for me? The more you ask this question, the more you invite your intuition to give you some new answers. Well, I will tell you what is good for you. Are you willing to hear? Are you willing to do something with this? Because it may say that you need to be a little bit not so normal. You will need to be a little different, aren't you? Don't you want to be different? Don't you want to be unique? So you see the paradox, you see the conflict between the need to belong, to be part of the group, part of the community, and the need for authenticity, my own truth, that sometimes is in collision with the needs and expectations of society. And intuition is specifically individual. It is a wisdom that belongs to the individual. It's not a mathematical proof. It is an inner proof. Inside you, you know it. But you may not share your knowing now because you need to explore it. You need to pursue it. You need to experience it until you can say, I know why I went this way. Now I know because I had this experience. But before you have this experience, you only have your intuition is telling you, go there, maybe good for you. So here, when we practice these qualities like creativity, natural creativity, and self-love, there is an invitation to start making a room for some feelings of knowing, and we all have them. It's just a question what place we give them in our lives. We all have them. It is healthy nature. Am I afraid, or do I have the courage to ask myself, what is the knowing in my heart? What is that I feel that is good for me, even if not all the people will agree with me that it is the right thing to do or to say or to think? This is a continuous conflict of people. Some people are more engaged in this conflict, people who are more actively pursuing their creativity and looking for their inner voice, so they have this conflict between belonging, talking the right language, family and friends, society, and whatever. And the unique voice in me that belongs only to me, that has its truth. It doesn't mean that it has to be a real conflict, because if two people respect that we all have our own intuition, and when we don't need to impose our opinion on others, so we can have a nice discussion between one intuition and the others. We can learn from each other. We can cooperate. We can make contribution. But it is based on the understanding that everyone has his own individual way of thinking, way of feeling, and even way of knowing about life. So intuition may not be related to consensus, but we can create a consensus based on understanding that we are all individuals with different points of view and different intuitions, and we can share them with respect and listening, and then it won't be so much of a conflict. Because one's intuition may be of service to other people if it is given the right place to express itself with no criticism, with trust and encouragement. It becomes a good service to other people because you bring your creativity, you bring your uniqueness. It will be good for other people. So it's not something that should threaten society, unless society is scared from the growth of the individuals. This is what happens usually. Okay? So far, I've been talking too much. So far, who wants to share your ideas, your experience, your own experience, or maybe you have questions about what I said about intuition? I've been dealing with this from almost 30 years. It's not new for me. This is why I can speak about it and teach and lecture about it for hours. I've been investigating my own intuition for years. And it's a very interesting relationship, I have to say. Very exciting. Very exciting. How do you say it? Luna Park. How do you say it? I forgot now how to say it. The
roller coaster?
Fluctuation.
Yes.
Fluctuation.
Roller coaster. That's it. Yeah. So this is a kind of adventure, continuous adventure, the relationship with intuition. Very rewarding because almost every day is a surprise. And if you don't take it too seriously, you can enjoy it. But if you take it too seriously, you cannot handle so many surprises. But you can decide about the amount and the dose of surprises you are willing to take. Because if you don't take surprises, well, then much of your creativity and your passion will not have the room to express themselves. So it won't be that fun for you. Okay, who wants to share something, to ask a question, to ask a logical question about intuition, or to ask illogical question about intuition? Yes, Monica, please.
Thank you, Pinky. I have a question. While listening to you, you did say something like that, that intuition is something coming from our heart. Did you use this connection that it's something like it's listening to your heart, listening to the intuition is actually listening to your heart, is it?
I'm trying to listen to you while there's so much noise from my sons, but yes, I did. I mean, Agnieszka said it before me, that intuition is related to the heart. And I agree. I agree that the heart is also a kind of a brain. and it has its own wisdom, and we actually know from the heart. Yes, even if I didn't say it, I'm saying it now.
Okay. So can we say that a heart, something what's coming from the heart is actually coming from our right brain?
You may say it because, you know, everything we think of, everything we communicate has to pass through our brain. Okay? But you may say that there is a kind of collaboration. There should be collaboration between the heart and the brain, if we let it be. Intuition, we may say it's cooperation, partnership between the heart and the brain. The heart is saying something and the brain saying, okay, it's interesting. I will continue from here. I will do something about it. Thank you, heart. Then they work together because the brain will have to decide what to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Or how to put it in words, because the heart doesn't have words. The heart produces feelings. The brain takes the feelings and then can put it in words. All right, I have an idea to do this and that. And this is the way I'm going to do it. This is what my heart is offering me to do. And I can also say, no way, I'm not following my heart now. It is illogical. So we may say that it is a kind of partnership. I like to say that it's like a marriage between the two parts of our mind, the intuitive and the logical, the heart and the brain. It's the same.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Who else wants to? Oh, you see, you have applause. Yes, Laura.
Okay. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I think Eric's on. Go ahead, Eric.
You want to say something?
Is Eric on? Okay, I've heard
Eric is
interrupt.
here.
Okay. So I'll pick up from the heart thing. Could it also, I attributed to knowing that I needed to do whatever I needed to do to live in Israel, to leave my home, to leave my business, to leave my family. I knew this. It didn't make sense. I, you know, had what I need there, whatever. And I attributed, from God, from a higher place. That was what was maybe in my heart, but the didn't make any sense part in a way to leave everything and to follow this. I mean, it was sign after sign that I noticed this was what I was receiving, messages in that sense. So I contributed to God, my higher divine connection.
Okay. Oh, that's very nice. And now the conversation goes to a more spiritual direction, if we may say so. I think it's always spiritual, but I do agree that, well, we can have many names for the same thing: God, higher self, higher mind, my spirituality. I guess we mean the same things. And the same goes, like I said before, you have the urge, you have the inner calling, you may say you have the spiritual divine calling. And I think it's also a kind of a test or a challenge. You are challenged to do something extraordinary.
Yeah.
You are challenged to do something that requires courage and sense of adventure. You are required to make some serious changes sometimes to follow your heart. Sometimes it's a more of a minor thing, but sometimes it's a major thing. It's a change, like moving country and changing places. Yes, yes, I think we should be ready for both the dramatic and extraordinary things as well as the minor day-to-day callings that intuition is asking us to make changes, to reconsider things, to look at things differently, to notice something that we didn't used to notice, even small thing, and sometimes even to speak to someone that we don't understand why we are feeling this urge to speak to this person, and only later to understand why. There are so many examples. Again, there is a question, am I willing to play? Like you can play with intuitive painting, intuitive writing, we write songs here and stories. It's a playful mode, and playing, in many ways, playing is, I see my children are playing there. Then we say, oh, the children, they shout, the children. Wow, we are the adults here, we are serious, or we don't play. So play is a very serious thing. Play is the heart of creativity. Play is the heart of uniqueness, of originality. So intuition is calling us to play with life and even to update the play as often as we can. So thank you for your sharing, Laura. It is also, I think, as far as I'm concerned, spirituality means following your intuition. Not just addressing a divine entity, but working with it, cooperating, feeling the communication through your intuition, through your urges, through the signs that you get along the way, through the inner push that you have to do something that may sound strange. And the stranger it gets, the more probable it is your intuition. Okay? All right. Who else wants to ask or to share about your relationship with intuition? By the way, Irek, you know that I picked this topic for you, you know, because this is something that you find very interesting, intuition.
Yeah, and now is one question, if I may ask, or just share. You said intuition, healthy nature, and now is a question: who is able to decide that this is the healthy nature, that I have a healthy nature, or how we can consider that we have a healthy nature and we are making intuition because we are healthy? Because, you know, my friend said that he is getting all his life to be normal, and it's a question: where is the point to say normal and healthy nature?
Well, it depends on how you define normal. First, okay? And if normal is too much of being in the consensus and not to deviate from the plan, then you have a collision with intuition that is telling you from time to time you have to step out of the plan, of the normal, because otherwise it won't be healthy for you, because healthy is not doing the same thing every day. Nothing in life which is healthy stays the same. All healthy things change. Change is also health. I guess you know it, but also in biology, everything changes, everything moves, everything develops. And if you do not move, you don't develop, you're not in a healthy state. And I cannot talk about your friend because your friend is not here. And each person has their own journey. You're here, and I know that you're interested in your intuition, and you will not be able to say to your friend, intuition is good or intuition is healthy. It is just for you. And if someone doesn't think this way, it's okay. It is not right for them at the moment. I believe This is healthy nature. I believe we are born intuitive, we are born creative, we are born passionate, and then gradually we forget our healthy nature, and then we start to doubt it. And then we do all we can just to be normal, because it is important to be normal. Otherwise, if you're expelled from the group, you're in danger. You cannot get along just alone by yourself. So you need to make a balance between belonging to community and still be unique. It is a paradox, it is a conflict, but I think it is important to be in this conflict. To be and to ask questions about what is the time to be like more of the normal, and what is the time for me now to say, no, now I'm doing things my way, sorry. It's a time for me now to pursue this, and even if I fail, it's my failure, it's my mistake, it's my life. Okay, so it is a two-sided story, and we want to move between them and not to stay stuck, not even to be too much intuitive. It's also not balanced, but we want to have intuition a place, a consideration. It's like an advisor that we want it to be heard. We may not agree for all its advices, but from time to time we say, well, this is interesting. I would like to try this adventure. Okay. All right. Who
Thank
else
you.
wants to?
Thank you.
My pleasure. I hope that what we're talking here may stimulate something in you. All you need to do is to be open-minded and to agree to ask more questions and to be more playful and practice doing things sometimes in a different way. Even, let's say, you are used to come back from work to home in the same way. How about changing the way? How about stopping in places that you were not supposed to stop? Just to see what happens if you change the plan. If you change your normality, to play with it, see what happens. And this is a matter of choice, of practices. And of course, you are invited to practice intuitive painting. It is just a place where you can play and in time connect to your intuition while you're drawing. Intuition will start talking to you while you're making your moves with the colors. All right, who else wants to share something and to share your feeling, your thoughts, maybe your disagreement, it's okay. Anything may have a contribution.
I would like to ask you, what do you think about empathy? Is that the same for you, intuition and empathy? And because I think I was born with empathy, but it's hard to not to be empathetic for me. But so somehow I need to regulate it, not to be overloaded sometimes with somebody's feelings, or sometimes even I need to separate myself somehow.
Yeah, you need to distance yourself because you are identifying. It's like you're merged with other people's emotions and it's flooding you. So
whatever they emanate with.
This is a great topic to invest an hour for this, about empathy. Okay?
Yeah.
Empathy is also what we call right brain quality. It is the ability to be in someone else's shoes, to be in their state of mind, to realize their. But if we don't have the boundaries and we identify too much with them, we become flooded, and then it is disturbing us. Okay? Well, intuition may tell you when you get too close, Intuition may tell you when to stop, when to keep your distance and boundaries. Intuition will tell you, Agnieszka, stop, it is too much for you. This is another place for you to practice your intuition and to trust it. And if you pay close attention, you will see that intuition has warned you, stop, and you didn't listen. Because you had other emotional or social needs to get close to people. But intuition is there, and if you ask it, it will tell you, stop now, it's enough. So,
Okay.
Agnieszka, next meeting, next Monday, will be dedicated to empathy. Very,
Oh,
very
thank you.
healthy nature, the ability to be in empathy to other people's pain or conflicts or issues, but still be grounded in my place and not to lose myself, because when I lose myself, there's no much of empathy. Okay?
Yes.
Empathy is something that can strengthen you, but if it drains you from feeling, you're no longer in empathy, you're in somewhere else. You need to watch yourself.
Yeah.
Okay? All right,
Thank you.
friends. So this time we we talk about intuition and passion. And yes, Monica, you want to say something?
Yes, I wanted, like, I thought that I want to thank you, Pinky, and express my appreciation for this group, and that it's so beautiful that you give us these 2 hours of your time in a week, and I appreciate it so much, because I think it's so important and it is so unique that, like, there is not many people who talks about it and who thinks this way. And I really want to thank you, because it's a very important topic, and it's very important to be reminded about it, so twice a week it's good to be reminded of this kind of things, because it keeps me on that good track. So thanks very much for this.
Thank you for these kind
Thank you.
words.
Yeah,
I
thank you
like
very
doing
much.
this, and I'm happy that it has a contribution for you. So this is why we're going to continue. And when I'm sending you the links to the self-love book, the recording, you are invited to listen to it. And the recordings of these meetings, it is always recorded. So we'll stop here. Thank you very much. Next Monday, empathy. All right.
Thank you.
Shana
Thank you very
Tova.
much.
Shana Tova.
Shana Tova, toda rabba.
Thank
Right.
you.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Bye bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye,
Shana
everyone.
Tova.